Yes, people, and welcome to another episode of the Analysis at Anfield podcast. It was supposed to be last night, but things happened. Everyone's just too busy to have made it last night. But we're here, and you know what? It's been good. It's been a good day, man. It's been a good day, people. You know, when we were watching the game, looked like it was going to be a 0-0. I was thinking tonight, oh, do we going to have to do a Liverpool recap show tonight on the game? On a 0-0, but man like Divock Origi is back. He's back in it. But first, I'll introduce one of my co-hosts. I think Saint will be here soon. Hopefully, he said. Mons won't be able to make it today. He's too busy. But introducing, a regular of the channel now. See him on NBA streams, other watch-alongs, other shows as well, Q&As, etc. My guy Cams, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm very good after today. I'm so glad we decided to do this show today and not yesterday. Like,
Bro, honestly, like I said, when I thought it was gonna look like it was gonna be a 0-0, I was thinking, oh no, God. Especially after Chelsea dropped points, it would have been a bit more sickening to have dropped points ourselves.
City just had to ruin it though, didn't they? Like, we were top of the league for a minute and then City go and score.
I think we
Like,
all knew City were gonna probably win that game though anyway.
I don't know, but you've always got hope in it.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, I get that. You've always got hope, but I always expected City to win, and to be honest, I'm just happy Chelsea dropped points and we overtook them, and literally we were only 1 point off Man City with a better goal difference as well.
it's
So
true.
I'm fine with the position we're in at the moment, to be honest, man. I'm really cool with it. But yeah, let's get into it. Also, people, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, join the membership as well. The link can be found under the description. Make sure you share it across your socials and all that stuff in it. But yeah, we'll get on to the game then. Cam's so obviously Klopp goes with an unchanged team. Did you agree with that in terms of obviously they just played Wednesday in a Merseyside derby? Did you agree with the fact that did you agree before the game when you saw the team that he was right to have gone with an unchanged team?
Yeah, because I think the way we're playing right now, with especially that midfield three, which I think is
Yeah.
our strongest midfield three,
Yeah.
you can't really drop anyone because the
Yeah.
rhythm's so good right now, especially with Thiago and Fabinho. That pairing's like it's looking dangerous. We haven't even lost a game with that pairing, and as defense is like looking solid now compared
Yeah.
to what it were looking a few weeks ago and a few months ago. And you can't really drop anyone in that front three, can you? That like speaks for itself. But yeah, I'm happy we won because Watford aren't no slouch. Like Watford have just conceded, I think, one more goal than us. I think the
You
fourth in the
talking
league.
Wolves?
Yeah, Wolves.
You're
Wolves are
saying
like the.
Watford, bro. It's like getting
Or
confused
I
for
say,
a second.
yeah. So I've got the Watford game stuck in my head. Yeah, Wolves have got like the fourth least amount of goals conceded.
Yeah, they have.
Just
I think they'd
after us.
actually conceded the same amount of as
They
us
did.
before this
Yeah,
game.
before we scored, they did. We
Yeah.
both had 12. So Wolves are a slouch. The last two games have been 0-0s. This could have been
Yeah,
another
obviously.
0-0.
Yeah, you say that. I mean, Wolves, I think, have kind of gone under the radar this season in terms of they obviously their first few results of the season. I think they lost their first three games 1-0, and obviously 0 points out of nine, and they're in a pretty bad position at that time. But when I remember watching those games, I think one of them was against Man United. They played really well in those games. I think they played Spurs as well, where they lost and they played really well. You could tell that results were going to come for them. They just needed a bit more time. And since then, they have kind of gone under the radar. So I just
They
suddenly saw
have.
them in like what was it? It was like sixth or something like that the other day, and I was like, "Whoa! How did they end up there?" Like, but they've
Yeah, they've
just
been
been
doing their
slowly getting
business
results,
slowly.
man.
Yeah, yeah. Quietly,
And
they've been moving in silence.
yeah, and they've got Bruno Lage seems a good coach. And obviously they got Raul Jimenez back, which is a big plus for them after obviously he was out for most of last season. So and obviously Adama Traore is always good. He's going to be a danger. He's a player you have to look out for, whether you rate him or not. He's always a danger. So yeah, man. To be honest, what were your thoughts going into the game in terms of what kind of game did you expect? Did you expect us to win, and if you did you expect us to win comfortably, or would it be a narrow win like it was?
I expected a narrow win. Like as the game went on and on and on, I thought it was going to be another 0-0. Like we had to work for that goal. We had to work for it. Like we should have had two really if it weren't for Jota missing that chance.
Bro, I
But we
think we
were
should have had
like
more. I think we created so many chances.
the thing is, usually we can have an off day for like one or two of our forwards, but every single one of our forwards was off it. Like every single one was off it.
Yeah,
Like
no, you're right.
Salah had that moment of genius at the end to play the pass to
But he was
Origi,
poor
but
for most of the game before
yeah,
that.
he was very
Very
quiet,
poor.
very.
Who do you
Yeah,
think the worst attacker was out of the three?
Mane.
Oh yeah, I
I said
completely
Mane
agree. Yeah, I
because there's
completely
that
agree.
chance he got where it came to him, and instead of just like first time he tried to control it right in front of the keeper, I'm just like, yo, decision making again. This is just exact same as last year. Your decision making is not on it.
Yeah,
It's not on it at all.
nah, I hear that, man. I hear that, bro. Did you? So, how do you think the game went in terms of the first half? Did you? Because I personally thought that we. Well, first I'll get onto the questions I asked you. In terms of the lineup, I agreed with the unchanged lineup from the Everton game. You know, after how well we played there, I thought, why change anything? I know we only played a few days ago, but then I also knew that, yeah, we've got a Champions League meet game midweek in Milan, but if there's nothing really on that game, so he is good. I think he will rest quite a lot of players, so that enabled him to be able to play his pretty much full strength team that he's got at the moment today. So I had no problems with the lineup. But in terms of, and for me, I expected to win. I probably expected to win like a 3-0. I'm being honest, based on the like goal scoring and attacking form we've been showing recently. You know, but obviously the game didn't go that way. But how do you think we started the game? I'd say in the first half an hour.
We just lacked any threat.
Yeah,
I think they defended really well. That
they did.
it
Yeah,
the Ryan Nore, he did a number on
the
Salah.
left back. Yeah,
He did a serious number on Salah. I was looking at his numbers. He made 11 out of 12 ground duels. That's nuts. Like he did
yeah.
a serious
You
job on
didn't give
Salah.
Salah anything, to be honest.
He didn't. He was on job. That Nuri. He was very good. I think that's been Wolves' strength this season. They're so well set up under Bruno Lage that they're not giving many chances away. And you saw it today. We had to work for it, but we got the goal in the end. But like going forward though, they're not very good going forward. Like
Do you
I think
think?
they're a
Do you
bit.
put that down to maybe them just not being good going forward today, or just us just limiting their counter attacking opportunities and just defending very well?
I
Do
think
you
it's a bit
put
of
more credit on
both.
us or give more blame to them?
I think it's a bit of both. I think Fabinho obviously he provides that defensive stability in the midfield with Thiago, and I just think our centre backs are just on job out there at the moment.
Yeah.
Like our defense is really good at the moment, but I don't think Jimenez is at his best like he were a few years ago. I
Yeah,
don't
before
think
his injury, yeah.
yeah before his injury he was a joke.
Yeah, he
I don't
was.
think
Yeah.
I don't think the fullbacks really offered much going forward, so I think
Yeah.
they were just relying on the front three to create
I think
and do
I
everything.
think what we did do today. Wait, I'll just flick through some of the comments first. By the way, big up Marshall who says Origi, our Lord and Savior, what a player. Yeah, man, big up to you. Big up Broski's, big up to you as well. He says Matip was so good, moving like a deep line playmaker. Yeah, Matip on the ball. I've got a unpopular opinion. I actually think he's better on the ball than Van Dijk overall.
Depends. I think Van Dijk's better at spraying the ball with his
I
long
think Van
passes,
Dijk's got the better long pass on him.
but on the ball dribbling, I think yeah, I'd say Matip's better.
I think you know what else Matip does well? I think he's better at breaking the lines with his passing.
Yeah, yeah, I do as well.
You see,
On
Matip
the floor, yeah,
fires it into the
yeah,
midfielders
yeah,
players. With Van Dijk, it's either normally a long ping to one of the opposite fullback, or he'll give it to Robertson
yeah.
normally. Whereas Matip will fire it into like a Thiago or someone like that, or even into a Salah. He'll fire it even to one of the attackers. Matip's so good at breaking the lines, like legit.
Yeah,
He's
facts.
brilliant at that. Also,
Bro,
bro,
if you
what
had a
fan of
Origi, you might
one
have
of the
won
fans
today.
of
If
the
you had
back
our
five
Belgian striker, you might
merchants
have
is in
won.
the comments, man. You know, still obviously, in a bit of pain after, his his club got put in a spliff by David Moyes, just like we did, to be honest. But you know, mind the gap in it in the table, in it 1 point gap. Mind the gap in it, Chelsea fans, in it. That's all I'll say, man. But but like yeah, in terms of
Hey,
I agree.
hang on a minute. They were talking about us being third in the league.
Imagine going from first to third in the matter of a few hours. Could never be my club. Yeah, could never be my club. But yeah, I think I agree. I think the way we started the game, I thought first 30 minutes, I thought, would I say we were poor? I wouldn't say we were poor because I'll be honest, Wolves didn't really offer a threat. Like we looked, I'd say we looked. I'll get to that in a sec. I'd say we looked comfortable, but we weren't looking really threatening. I'd say it was a bit of like a dry game at that time. Neither team was really threatening the other. I'd say we were probably dominating possession, and that, but we weren't really creating anything. But
I think
then I
that's
think,
props to them, though. I think that's
oh yeah,
props
I
to
think
how
you've
they're
got to
set up,
give. I think you've
100%.
got to give props to them. I think they made it really difficult for us to play through them. Like you said, I think their left back handled Salah really, really well, and you got to give him full props for that.
Yeah,
So yeah, you got to give him props for that. But I do think from 30 minutes we started to get a lot more control of the game. Started to play with a bit more urgency about us, and then started creating more chances. I think the fullbacks started to get forward more, get on the ball more, and look more threatening. I remember Jota having a chance header from a
yeah.
Trent cross
He
that he
should have scored
probably
that. He
at,
should have
he,
scored it.
at the very least he should have got that on target. At the very least,
Yeah,
I think didn't Robert there wasn't there that Robertson cross where Salah and Mane both missed it
I can't remember. I'm not gonna
in the
lie.
first half. I remember Jota playing it through for Robertson and he crossed it and it missed both Mane and Salah who would have had an open net. Like
I
yeah,
can't remember.
I remember that, and I think we appealed for a penalty for that, but I didn't think it was. To be fair, I didn't think it was. In all seriousness, there was another chance in the first half as well. I think Trent had a chance when Thiago kind of played the ball through and he skied it.
Yeah,
You remember?
I remember that. Do you know what? I remember
I
thinking
think
as well,
I think it
if
was the
that's Reece
defender that
James,
put
I
him
said
off.
to myself, if that's Reece James, he's bagging that. If that's Reece James and he skied it, I was
Yeah,
like, yo,
I can see that, but I actually think, whilst I think Trent should have done better with that chance, I think he should have got it on target at least.
he should.
I think
He
the
always
defender
skies the
kind of put
shots.
it. I don't think
Recently,
he actually expected the pass to get to him because if you
mm,
look at the defenders going for the header just before
yeah,
it gets him, and I think that's probably confused him, and he couldn't adjust his body quick enough.
but that
I
is
think,
at the top level. That's what you need to have, that
yeah,
anticipation. But I think
I
him
think
being
Reece
a
James
defender, he
probably
doesn't
takes
have
a
that.
touch and then fires it in. I think Trent could have probably taken a touch.
Probably, but he doesn't have that instinct that I think that Reece
Yeah.
James has. From what I've seen, Reece James has that killer instinct in front of goal, like that Trent just doesn't have.
No, I hear that, man. I hear that, and then I think there might have been another chance in the first half, but I've forgotten in it. But then second half, so we ended the first half really well in terms of the. I think I remember in the last minute of stoppage time, Wolves came forward a couple of times and had the odd like couple of, I'd say half chances, but we
Yeah,
dealt
they
with
did.
them pretty comfortably. To be fair, second half comes and from the as soon as the second half starts, we pushed Wolves back, we pinned them back, and we started creating chances, man. And we actually looked like we were going to score. We
Yep.
just couldn't, and it just came down to either the final ball not being good enough or the finish not being good enough. I remember I think Thiago had a chance where it came. Salah had like a weird shot or something from a corner, and remember
Yeah, I
it came
remember
to
it came
Thiago
straight at Thiago
and it
and he
rebounded
hit
off
it.
him again and
Yeah,
went to the
Jimenez blocked it. Yeah, I remember. I thought
yeah.
he has to be doing better there, but it came at
But
him
then
so quickly.
didn't the defender kick it against Thiago again and it went to the
Yeah,
keeper? And
yeah.
if it had gone anywhere else, it was in, man. But wait, I'll just address this comment, man. Lewis says, "Mind the gap, have some damn shit. You won't be a point
Lewis
above you,
talking
innit?
about shame.
A point above, innit? I'm just saying, 1 point above, better goal difference. That's basically 2 points. So just mind the gap in it. Mind the gap, man. Just mind the gap in it. But yeah, man.
Do you know what though? I need to big up Allison as well. Allison
Yeah,
was good today. He was
I
good.
don't think he really had too much to do, to be honest.
Exactly. That's exactly why he was good. When you don't have too much to do and then you're called upon, that is what separates the
But
great
do you
goalkeepers.
ever really remember him being called upon?
Yeah, there was the Dendoncker shot that's fell to
Oh,
him,
bro,
and
that the flag
it's
had already gone up for that. That wasn't going to count.
not that's not the point. No, like he still had to make the save. Like he still made
Nah,
the
I
save.
hate that, but the flag had already gone up, man. That weren't going to
He,
count.
what the Dendoncker shot just from outside the box?
The one where he hit left foot and he caught it.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I think the flag went up just after that. Yeah, he was
But
offside.
but I don't think Allison knew, and
No, I
he
don't think
still
he
have to
knew,
save it.
but and he had to play on. Obviously, played to the whistle and all that. But I do think actually, he the flag went up just after that. Still, that's the thing. Wolves never really created anything.
I'm just looking as well. There's a Mane chance that went straight to Mane in front of goal, and he's missed it.
Oh, and he miscontrolled it. I
He's
think Salah. He played a 1-2 with Salah, didn't he?
no. This one, the the ball just comes to him on the edge of the 6 yard box, and he's tried
Oh,
to
towards
outside the
the
foot it.
end, and
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
and the
tried.
keeper saved it, didn't he?
Yeah, like you have to do better there, man.
Yeah.
He has to
Now
do
Mane
better
was.
there.
We'll get on to Mane in a bit, man. But in terms of the game, so Thiago has that chance. I think, obviously we have to talk about that Jota chance, man.
Yeah,
What were your thoughts on that? Fucking
like
hell.
I think he's caught in two minds. Like I've seen people saying, "Oh, he should have passed to Mane," but like, would Mane have done any better? I don't think so. I don't think he'd have done any better. I
Bro,
think
I
he has
don't
to get
blame
his
him for
head
not
up.
passing. I never expected him to pass that. I mean, there's no keeper in there. Yeah, they got two plays, but just if you're giving the ball to Mane, you're just giving more time for them to get back and adjust themselves. And then Mane's then got the
Exactly.
same problem as what, Jota has. Jota has might well just go for itself. Problem is he decided to hit it in exactly the right place where the defenders were. Instead of going to the left-hand side of the goal where there was a whole space there and the defender was getting nowhere near. Like, it was just a bit stupid from Jota, I can't lie.
He's got his head down as well when he's shooting.
Mm,
You need to place that. Like it's not about power. Like you just need to place that in the right area and it's going in.
yeah,
Like
right.
oh, he's hit it straight at the goal. Like put that in
Yeah.
any corner and you've scored.
Yeah, I hear that, man. Big up Eddie, my guy Eddie, by the way. He says, big up the man, them like and subscribe, people. I'm not going to read the last part, but
Big up.
he's a United fan, by the way, people. But that's my guy still, Eddie. Big up to you, my bro. Um, but yeah, also obviously Jota has that chance. And then, did Wolves create anything second half? I remember, you know what? I remember
It was
Van
decision
Dijk doing
making
something.
for Wolves that was killing him a bit.
Huh?
It was decision making for Wolves that was killing him a bit. Like
You know what? I
there was
thought
a
we
bit
played the
where
offside trap really well.
we did for the free kicks. We did play the offside
Not
trap
even
very
for the
well.
free kicks. I think when with a high line, I think when Wolves got the ball in transition, and they'd always look to release either a Jimenez or Traore in the channels.
Yeah,
I thought we played the offside trap really well there.
I think we did well as well to limit Traore because
Yeah,
Traore is he's he's a
he's
very tough
dangerous.
player to play against.
I don't rate Traore personally because I think his end product is just shambolic in it. But he's a
Yeah,
danger man.
he is.
He's a
I think
dangerous man. No one can deny that at the end of the day.
he's the statistically the best dribbler in the Premier League, and we limited him to two dribbles today. He usually has about 10 a game. We limited him to two.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, and obviously the rare times he did get a chance to run at the defense, I think we're clever and we just did tactical fouls. I remember Fabinho getting
yeah,
booked for the
I
foul on him. I
remember. Yeah,
remember Robertson getting
Robertson.
booked for a foul on
Yeah,
him. Did Thiago? Knowing Thiago, he probably got a booking. I don't really remember in it,
yeah.
but
No, Thiago didn't get a booking, but he did foul him. Like there was a
yeah,
lot. That's one thing we've been missing: tactical fouls in
yeah,
games against the likes of Brighton, Brentford. We should have made a tactical foul in those games and we didn't, and that's what cost us goals. You need someone that's going to
yeah.
make a tactical foul always.
I hear that, man. I hear that. Yeah, I agree. I do remember one kind of chance Wolves had where I think it was kind of early in the second half. I remember the ball went down to channel for Van Dijk and Traore. Van
Yeah,
Dijk
and
did a bit
he's
of
barged him.
stupidness in it.
Yeah,
Traore goes through. Gives it to I think Hwang or something.
Huang. Yeah, give it
Yeah,
to Huang, and
but
Huang's
Trent
caught in two
defended
minds.
really well there. No,
That's
that was Trent's defending.
yeah.
I've,
Trent was good today. Trent
Trent,
was up there for
I've
man of
got
the
to give
match.
Trent more credit for his defensive job today as well because
Facts.
he was brilliant today, both going forward and defensively. He's on the ball, he was very good. So yeah, I've got a big up Trent for that.
Yep.
And then obviously we keep pinning them back. I think whenever the ball came back out, we were just winning every second ball. We were able to sustain attacks quite well, sustain pressure,
Yeah,
really
keep
well today.
recycling it. Yeah.
Yeah, we just recycled the ball so well, man. I think that comes down to Thiago, but we'll get down to that soon.
Mhm.
But then obviously, creating more chances. Mane, I remember a 1-2 that he played with Salah, and then Salah plays it through for Mane, and Mane kind of didn't control it properly. Otherwise, if he had, he would have had a clear shot 1-on-1 with the keeper.
Yeah.
Um, I remember him having, like you said, another chance where outside of the foot it goes to him and his keeper saves it. And then you kind of thinking, is it going to be our day? Do you get? I remember Robertson having a chance where he kind of went to the far post, the ball came in, he's at the far post, left foot volley, he kind of tries, and it kind of, it,
Yeah, Robertson's not a shooter. Every
yeah,
time
he's just
Robertson
not a
tries to
shooter,
shoot,
innit?
yeah, he's everywhere. He's not a shooter.
Yeah, exactly. And then I kept saying towards the end, a chance needs to my dad because obviously we were streaming the game. A chance needs to fall to Salah because no chances really had fallen to Salah before that. I don't really remember him having a proper chance. They were falling to either Mane or Jota, etc.
Mm.
Um,
He was
and
having
then
half chances. That was it.
I don't even think he was having that, to be honest.
He got one way, tried to fire it like near
Near
post,
post,
like
yeah,
low,
that's what I
and
was saying. Then he
yeah,
has that near post shot, and I'm thinking, weren't really a chance, but is that probably the best he's going to have today, Salah? But then obviously, you know,
bro, the way he took down that ball from Van Dijk, that long
yeah,
ball, the way he took that down, oh, unbelievable. That's the
yeah.
only reason why we scored and won that game because how he took that down,
I think it was
unreal.
one of the only times in the game where he actually had a little space as well.
Yeah, and
Because
plus
we have
it's
to
when
be
that
honest,
it's right after
that
that
left foot limited him well.
Nuri got subbed off. It was right after then.
Yeah. So he gets the ball, and obviously, great decision making as well, just to be calm and give it a Origi. And then obviously, I mean, the way he took that goal was just. It was
Yeah,
brilliant. The composure shown. That's a proper striker's finish. That's proper striker instinct, to be honest.
he's our only striker in the
He is.
in the squad at the
He is.
club. He's our only striker, and that just shows it.
And we've had the discussion before, obviously with Mons and Nick, etc. as well. I think he is the best finisher at the club, the
Facts, he
best
is.
natural finisher.
Facts.
It's like you never really see Origi miss chances. Yeah, at times can we criticize him over the last maybe 1 or 2 years for other aspects of his game, possibly, yeah. But
Yeah, 100%.
it's not like he ever misses chances, really.
Very rare. Very.
Yeah, exactly. So, you've got. I mean, he's just got a knack. I mean, to be fair, he hasn't really I'd say last season, the season before, didn't really score make a lot of impact coming off the bench either. But obviously, since 18-19. But that did feel like an 18-19 moment today. I
It
can't
did.
lie. It did feel maybe like the Everton moment. Do you think?
Not as big, but
Yeah.
it did definitely feel like 18, 19, where we haven't exactly played well, but we kind of nick it at the end. Like last season, we lose that game.
You know what? I
Last
actually
season, we
think we
lose.
played okay today, though.
We did. No, but we didn't.
We just
But let's
the
be honest,
final ball
we
and
were 20
finishing was
seconds away
lacking.
from a meltdown. Let's be honest. It was 20
Oh
seconds
yeah,
away from a Liverpool
but the
meltdown.
thing is, what I would have criticised the forwards today if we'd have not won. There was
Exactly. That's
nothing
what I
to
mean.
criticise about goalkeeper, defence, midfield. There was no maybe criticise Henderson because I thought Henderson had a bit of a shocker today. But in terms of midfield, overall defence, I thought goalkeeper was absolutely fine. It just came down to the forwards today having a bit of a shocker, and I think that's
Yeah.
what I would have blamed today
Yeah, definitely. The
if
forwards
we
were not
hadn't
on it.
won. But obviously, that kind of gets forgotten because we did win. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that
we
was a
still need to
great
talk
moment.
about it, like, because you still need to talk about everything. We can't just get caught up in the euphoria of the win.
Oh yeah, now we can discuss it. But I'm saying like after the game, could have just seen Twitter in it or
Oh,
disaster.
I was pissed. I was
I was
pissed.
pissed off. Yeah, I
Right,
was.
right before that goal, and I was pissed.
Yeah, I think I was more gutted because I knew it just came down to missing chances if we hadn't had won the game. But
It was Chelsea dropped points against Burnley, and then we went and lost against West Ham. I thought this is going to happen again. They're going to drop points, and we're going to drop points. Like you do if you want to win a title.
yeah, I hear that. I hear that. So I think we'll go through certain players now as well after the game. So we'll start with the match winner, Origi. Did you agree with the substitution when Klopp made it? And also, um,
I did.
how
I said
how
it on Twitter. I
important do you
said,
think Origi will be for the rest of? Yeah, so how
I think,
important do you think Origi will be for the rest of the season as well?
I think he'll be really important, like, because he's shown he's a vital super sub. Like, he's shown that. But I think we do
Yeah,
need to bring in reinforcements in January, which I don't know if we'll do, but
I
I
don't
hope
think
we
we
do.
will. You know,
Yeah, it'll be disappointing if we don't, but I think we need to, because if you look at our bench isn't very good. Like, it's not good at all.
but I think one thing we could argue is, and this is kind of me just saying this is that we do have Firmino coming back soon. I don't think he's too far away now from coming back to training, so he should be back maybe within the next couple of weeks, hopefully. So then you have got Firmino, Jota, Mane, Salah, probably
Yeah,
hopefully all fit. Then obviously you've got Origi as a backup. Then I don't think it's enough personally. I think we could do with one or two more. Um, and then obviously you've got Minamino as well, who I actually rate to be fair.
I
But
do as well. I do.
I I actually rate Minamino, but I don't know. Maybe the club could be looking at it and saying, okay, AFCON, I've heard they could only miss 2 league games. And if that's the case, I think I've heard they're against Brentford and
And
Palace.
Palace, yeah, that's it.
And if
Brentford
I'm
and
being
Palace.
honest, even without Salah and Mane, I wouldn't say there's no excuse for not winning both of those games, even without them.
No, we should be able to play Minamino, Jota,
Yeah. Firmino,
and yeah,
Origi,
and
even.
Firmino. Yeah,
Yeah.
and win that easily. I think I'd rather play Minamino in like Firmino's position if I were to play him. Like,
Yeah, I don't think he's suited for one of the wide roles, but I think that's what
no,
Klopp kind of had in mind. I remember after we won the league, because obviously we won the league that season with about 7 games left in it, like it was a joke.
yeah,
And I remember for quite a few games after that, Klopp was kind of bringing Minamino on in that false nine role. So, and I thought at that time he's trying to mold Minamino into that kind of like backup false nine, or maybe the long term false nine,
yeah.
um, for maybe Bobby's long term replacement. I'm not sure. Um, but obviously, last season things didn't really work out for Minamino here. He went on loan in January, but I do think he deserves more of a chance. I do actually think there's ability there. I
There
do
is,
think he
but
needs
I think
more
it's his
game time.
physicality.
His
It's the
physicality is the
physicality.
biggest thing with him. You look at him, he gets barged off the ball too easily at times. He is weak, and
Yeah,
probably just needs to go gym in it. I can't lie.
yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. We'll just go through some of the comments quick as well. Oh yeah, Ali A, big up to you. He says Origi is the Ole, but for Liverpool, the ultimate clutch player. Neil says Thiago was great today. Yeah, we'll get onto Thiago in a bit actually, because I want to talk about him actually. Naeem says this win reminded me of when we went to Villa Park and won in the last minute when we won the league.
Trust me,
You
that's what
always
it was. One of them
you
moments.
go on about that game a lot
I
actually,
do,
don't you,
I
Cam?
do. I always go on about that game. That game was special. That was special.
I think I do remember watching that game thinking we were terrible in that game, but when Robertson scored, I'm thinking just come out with a point. Just leave with a point. It's not the greatest result, but we don't lose. You know, just get out with a point. And when we won in the end, you kind of know then it was we had that mentality of we will win the league this season.
Yeah,
Like that's when you
definitely.
kind of knew. I think that Villa game was a big one still. He also says Thiago passing a press resistant is a joke. Too good. Yeah, I agree. Ali says, guys, would you take a Dharma in January for 20 million? I'll go to you on this. Is an interesting one.
Yeah,
For 20 mil,
yeah. I would.
I would for 20 mil. I'm not a fan of Adama Traore too much, but for 20 mil, I probably would take it. Yeah, I probably would.
Right, I don't care. This guy, besides his end product, if this guy had end product, he'd be the best player in the world. I'm telling you, if this
What
guy
you have
had
to
end
remember is if he
product,
did come to Liverpool under Klopp's system, he would get more of the ball. He'd probably get more chances, and I think he'd get decent stats. But I do think he would be a good squad player, especially for 20 million. I'm not really a fan of him, like I said, but would I take anything? Would I take 50? Would I pay 50 mil off over that for him? No, but 20 mil, I would take him still. And also introducing, another one of my co-hosts, my bro, the first co-host of this show actually. Been doing streams with this guy for a while. I can see his smile in the background there. He's buzzing. My guy saying, "How you doing, my
I'm
bro?"
on.
Hey, I am gassed, bruv. Sorry for the tardiness. Had a couple things to sort out and that, but yo, I am so gassed, bro. Are you dumb, bro? 1-0 to the Liverpool.
Liverpool,
1-0 to the Liverpool. Oi, come on.
Come on, bro.
What we say? What we say? Well, go on, Cams. You good?
I'm good, man. Gassed with that game. Gassed with the result. Can't be happier.
Trust me. Hey, bruv. You know what? I'm more gassed at like STEM results, bruv, that are title winning for,
Yeah.
bruv. You know, like you just
100%.
grind it out,
100%.
bruv.
Facts.
Like that is this is as beautiful as the 4-1 against Everton. Do you know what I mean? Just in a totally different way. Do you know what I mean? When
Yeah.
you're real title challengers, you can appreciate the value in these types of wins. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
And to be very honest with you, let's not be disingenuous to Wolves. They really had a very good game. Like, I mean, I do think a lot of it with us was like the ball wasn't sticking and just the over wrong pass or it was too strong. But at the same time, bro, like they do you know what I mean? They did what they were very resolute, and I could see why they haven't shipped a lot of goals at Molineux. Do you know what I mean?
It was set up very well. Well.
Defensively, we're very well drilled. I actually thought our build-up play was actually good today, especially in the second half. I just thought the final pass and finish was really missing from us today.
That's exactly what I mean. And it was always just the wrong thing, or just slightly the over. Like Jota did it a couple of times. Like there was a amazing run that Robertson done. One touch, two touch, and then like Jota's final touch was just a bit short, and it was just all just like not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I hear that.
It was just not clicking. But and I'm not gonna lie, from 70th minute, I said we're not winning this game. So it's just even sweeter. It's not one of them ones where I always had faith. I just thought this isn't gonna be and it's so like us for Chelsea to drop points and then we don't capitalize. You know what I mean?
That's what I said.
I just was like, oh, this is just gonna be one of them games. So then as soon as it went in, oh mate, I was going bananas.
My throat's still killing now.
Bruv, man, like Sir Divock Origi, are you dumb?
I ran around the room and everything, man. Honestly,
man should be getting knighted, bruv. I'm telling you, bro. Hey, I'm getting, one of these frames. I'm getting Divock on there. I need a frame. I need a frame with Divock, bruv.
He's a cult hero, man.
Cult legend.
You know what's crazy about Origi is that this is probably one of his he's actually scored so many more clutch goals that were probably more clutch and bigger than this one as well.
11 off the bench, bruv. 11 off the bench. That's mad numbers, bro. And when you say off the bench, it's a bit deceiving because you think like we're Liverpool fans, so we know the truth. Off the bench is like 8 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah. Today was probably the most he's got off the bench in a while. Do you know what I mean? Like generally it's scraps, and he's absolutely bossing it, bro. Like
they need to rename it to Origi time. Forget Fergie time. That's Origi time now,
bro. And I've been saying this, bro. Like he's some, and this is what pisses me off is because like Liverpool fans are like, oh, we want something different. We want cover. And then you get cover because he is cover. People are like, no, but he doesn't. He's cover because he doesn't play the way in which we already know. We don't want another Mane clone or Firmino clone. We want someone who brings a totally different skill set. And you can't look me down the lens and tell me that Origi doesn't offer a totally different skill set to them. Man. You know them ones there, and it just the slander in this game sometimes pisses me off because I'm like, bro, this guy is a proven goal scorer, like a proven goal scorer. You
like me and Cam were saying, he's the best finisher at the club,
bro. Yeah, undoubtedly.
People just want a new toy. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's it. You want a new toy. You want a new toy. That's exactly because I'm telling you, this guy goes to like Newcastle or he goes to bro. He will slap more than Callum Wilson, bro. He goes to like an Aston Villa or somewhere where he's just you're gonna get played and service, and bro, and we'll treat you like a proper number 9, bro.
Brighton, he would slap at Brighton.
He'd do
Sheffield United
Brighton,
are pissed because they went in for the wrong. They went for Brewster. They should have gone for Origi. Bruv, he would have kept them up, bruv. Are you dumb?
Yeah.
Like,
you know what? Cam's just made. If Origi was to leave to go somewhere else in the Premier League and play regularly, Brighton's the best place for him.
100%.
Him under Graham Potter,
Brighton.
getting all those chances with his finishing ability, he'd score a bag load.
Or it depends how Newcastle wanted to do, because if they wanted to do a traditional 4-4-2, bruv, Wilson and Origi, that'd be problems.
It's good. That's a very good front two.
That would be
That's a
problems.
very good front
That's
two.
serious problems.
That's a very good front two.
What do you think of Thiago today?
I thought it was the best player on our. And apologies, guys. Go check out the review I just done on my channel.
Make sure you go and check out Saints Review. Subscribe to Saint LFC TV as well. And also subscribe to Big Six Pants as well. Mont Saint here, but make sure you subscribe to that as well.
I was a bit gassed. I'm sorry. I was a bit all over the place. My play rate was a bit mad. Like
I'm giving that a watch in a bit still. I'll give it a watch.
Now I've calmed down and that, but he controlled the game. Like I liked it because it's what I call a cultured performance. Do you know what I mean? Just just really helps him, and Fabinho just help run that midfield and tick it over, and do you know what I mean? And just keep it.
100%.
He was to that midfield what Fabinho was doing, kind of defensively breaking up play, and then just like he wasn't doing so much of the Hollywood passes, but just the 6-yarders, the no-look 6-yarders, and just the it's just sauce, bro.
He was just controlling the game and he allowed us to be able to sustain pressure on Wolves in the second half.
Tick over. Do you know what I mean? Just
recycling the ball so well as well.
On a yellow
as well.
Do you remember when he first came in? He was a bit rash and he was a bit trying to like prove himself.
Bro, let's be honest, he's still like that.
First game he gave away a penalty. His first game, if you remember,
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
You know what I'm saying? So like he's on a yellow. I forgot he was on a yellow, bro. Like, you know, the ones that cultured performance, man. I thought he was. What about you, Cams? What do you think?
I thought he was the best player on the pitch. I said to Ryan, I said he was our man of the match. Like, it's close
100%.
between him and Van Dijk for me, but I think he was just different today. Different.
I think with Thiago today, I thought, you know what's crazy about Thiago is I still don't think he's playing anywhere near his best to what we know he can. I still think there's games to go up for him, which is scary when you think about it. But today it was just, you know, the levels he showed in terms of just controlling the game, you know, making sure we retain possessions and, you know, able to sustain more attacks, sustain more pressure on Wolves. Wolves hardly created anything throughout the whole game, and that
they had one shot in our box. One shot in our box the entire game.
And since Thiago's come in, Arsenal didn't get really a sniff against us. Everton scored against us, but let's be honest, they didn't really offer much in that 90 minutes anyway in terms of
against the runner play, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Probably Brentford and Brighton were the two that. Brentford, Brighton, and West Ham were the two that.
But Thiago didn't play in any of those. No. He came on against West Ham, but the damage had already been done in that game by the time.
Yeah.
So you've seen the effect Thiago has coming in terms of the way we're able to not only be more threatening going forward and creating more chances as a result, but also just the fact that our defense isn't getting exposed just because we're retaining the ball so well. Now,
that's the best form of defense. Like, keep the ball.
Why do you think Man City never concede that many goals? Not because
the possession's so high.
They've got very good defenders, Man City. Don't get me wrong, but there were times when they had like Otamendi and Stones, and they had a sick defensive record just because they kept the ball and they'd never get tested. That's the best form of defense. Is just keeping the ball.
That's Pep's idea of defense. Keep the ball. Yeah. If you keep the ball, the other team's not gonna score.
Exactly, bro.
Exactly. I definitely agree. I think our level of control, with him is just is. I just feel so. I just feel so good. I feel like I did with like Prime Genie. Do you know what I mean? When you're just controlling the midfield, you're like, we're all right. We've got this. Do you know what I mean? And the same with him. Like same with him, but more creative even. Do you know them ones that I know within him, he could just let off some 40-yard pass, just bang. Do you know them ones there?
That's what he was doing today. If you saw the pass he played to Salah in between the two defenders, that pass was
ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. That on a button. On a flipping button, like,
trust me.
Oh, mate, that pass was, how do you even see it? How do you, audacious, bro, audacious.
Thiago's different, man. Thing is, it's like, that's the thing that I said before as well. The scary thing is, I think he's got so many gears to go up as well. That's the scary thing. I think he's going to get even better.
Yeah, 100%.
Imagine how sick our midfield will be then as well. Like, it's be a madness.
One thing I loved about Klopp.
We need to keep Fabinho and Thiago fit.
One thing I love that Klopp did, he had the balls to take off Henderson in the 68th minute and play with 4 attackers. He took off the captain.
I was going to mention that actually, but actually,
well, I put that in my review, bro. So sick.
Before we get onto that as well, obviously before you came on, Saint, we were talking about would you take Adama in January for 20 mil? What's your opinion on that?
I was watching something and someone said something about it shouldn't really be dependent on the price. Someone either fits the system or they don't. And I was like, that's not a bad point. I do understand where they're going with that. But I do counter that with like Klopp likes him. And if Klopp likes him, that kind of that quantifies the system problem, because Klopp would only like him if he knew that he was adaptable within his system.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm like, well, mate, do you know what I'm saying? And Klopp, for me, I trust his judgment. Now, the way in which we play, we are terrifying, like on a fast break. Like we are actually terrifying. When we click, it's scary.
Best in the world.
And imagine if we had
you just need to improve his end
Tell
product.
you,
If he
had
came,
output,
it
had
would
output, he'd be the best player in the world. If
But
he had
then, to be very honest with you, right?
It's like a cheat code if he had output.
I don't think that when you deep it, yeah, all of them, Salah didn't have the output he did until he came to us.
Yeah.
Mane didn't have the output he was good, but the output, he didn't have the output he had in the first 2-3 seasons he had with us. Jota did not have the output. None of us saw the Jota that we're seeing. Like, raw, he never had the output. So what's to say that he can't do it again with a man like, do you know what I mean?
With Traore, yes.
With Traore, who already like, and the thing is, before it was an expense. Where the money comes in for me is because it was an expensive risk. Whereas like 20 million ain't really that expensive. Do you know what I mean? It's like, bro, even if he's a squad player, to have like, let's say, like
the squad player, I'd take him.
Yeah, he's not. I'm not saying I don't want him as a, and I don't think he breaks into our 11. But like, to have a Traore as a squad player for, say, like this type of a run, these runs in the season, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. Whoa, I'm with that. I'm with that. For the 40 million that was initially 40-50 million, I was like, no, because I think there's better.
He was touted at 80, 70, if you remember.
Yeah, earlier. Now that was
mad.
Ridiculous. That was ridiculous. I don't think. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather add a little bit more and get Jude Bellingham. Do you see what I'm saying? For that.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. I hear that, bro. I'll just get to this comment, but there's also a question. I wanted to talk to you about another player as well. Naeem says, need Bobby ASAP. The ball doesn't stick up top, and we miss the link between midfield and attack. What do you guys think about that? Because I completely agree.
I always say this. I don't like free runners up front. Like, it's good for some games, but against a low block team that's compact, you need someone that the ball's going to stick with that can link the play between the attackers. Like, you need that.
Yeah, I feel.
I agree.
Go on,
I agree. Like, but because I definitely feel like that was one of the main things that was so obvious today, was the fact that the ball just was not sticking. But I feel like Jota and Firmino offer two different things, and that would have, you're 100% right in Bobby. That would have been great with Bobby. Jota offers more of a goal threat than Bobby does, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't our day, really, because let's be honest, Jota should have had two. Do you know what I mean? Like, Jota has two, and it's a totally different game, and that's what he's there for. So, do you know what I'm saying? You could have. I get it, but do you know what I mean? I just feel like we just were off it in certain parts, and we were lucky that we were able to kind of, do you know what I mean, claw it back.
100%.
I hear that. But actually, this links in with the a question I was actually going to ask about. I was going to ask about Mane. He was very poor today. But do you think that when Firmino's back, would you? There's obviously going to be rotation this month with the busy Christmas schedule, of course. But when Firmino's back, he should be back soon, I think, hopefully. Would you bring Firmino straight back into that false nine and maybe put Jota to the left and drop Mane for a bit?
No. I just play the original front three. I'd literally just do that.
So you drop Jota?
Yep.
I hear that. But then Mane has been very poor, bro. He's been very poor.
He's hot and cold. I think he's been hot and cold.
Bro,
I don't think he's been. I don't think he was that poor today.
he
Like,
was, man. He was
you are
terrible.
quite. Let's be honest. You are quite reactionary, right?
Bro,
Like, let's
he
be
was
honest.
awful today, fam.
Like,
I think it was his decision making a bit today
yeah,
that was.
and it was
putting me
his
off.
final third play, his decision making, but there was a lot of stuff, his hustling and his hurry, and just natural Mane play on that wing, other than final third production.
I thought first
that
half he was
doing
all right. Second half, I thought he was appalling.
And I don't think he was great, by any means, but I don't think he was awful, bro. Like I just and the thing is, I personally, horses for courses, man. Do you know what I mean? Like horses for courses. What team are we coming up against? Who's in form? If Mane picks up, then do you know what I mean? Depending on if we need, say, let's try and kill the game in the first 30 minutes. Yeah. Play Jota. Like, do you know what I mean? Let's just try and get those goals. If not, do you know what I mean? You know what? These lot are we're gonna need we're gonna need a bit more thread from the midfield to the attack or whatever. Play Bobby. Do you know what I mean? Horses for courses. I feel like we're better. We've got a little bit, especially with all of our injuries coming back now. Not all, but do you know what I mean? They're slowly starting to come back. We're starting to get, I don't want to use the word depth, but do you know what I mean? We're starting to get a little bit of cover. Let's start using it wisely, not just like run these lot into the ground and then have to. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I hear
there's a lot of games. There's a lot of games, man. And Klopp is a bit. Sometimes he can be guilty of that. Just sticking to the same 11 regardless, even if he has the cover, and then just running them into the ground a bit. Because one thing I don't know about you guys, but I did feel like we looked a little bit leggy in certain parts of this game.
However, I realized the passing was a little bit off sometimes.
A little bit, like, and I'm not going to say anything because in my preview I said I wanted the same 11 and I was happy with the lineup. So I'm not gonna. It wasn't on Klopp, but I've noticed that, and with that, I would hope that there'd be some, adequate changes. Like hopefully he's saying that Keita's ready, and do you know what I mean, coming back, and he just is able to just tinker it a little bit because we need to get out of this congestion. Like, well, Chelsea go to like a World Club whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? We need to just make sure that we don't drop points and we actually just, do you know what I mean, capitalize on this period.
Yeah, 100%.
I hear that, bro. I hear that, my guy. We'll just get to more of the comments as well. King Cab says Origi should have a statue outside Anfield.
I'm not against
I don't know
that.
about that still.
Big facts. I'll start the petition. Let's do that. GoFundMe. I'm on that, bro.
Yeah, I hear that. Ali says that Bayern Munich Thiago we got today, saucy. Like, I think he can get so much better as well. That's the scary thing. Naeem says about Thiago as well. Thiago needs huge look, man. Needs to stay fit because his career has been up and down, not because of ability but injuries. Because when he plays, he's majestic. Yeah, he did have problems at Bayern Munich, especially in his first few years with injuries. But I think then in his last maybe 2-3 years, his injuries did start to kind of slow down. But yeah, if we keep him and Fabinho, we need to keep him and Fabinho fit in that midfield. Those two in particular, because they play so well together. Their record together is in midfield is unbelievable.
We haven't lost a game when they've started.
I think it's something like 14 wins and 1 draw or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, ridiculous.
It's crazy, fam. Big up to Noah as well. He asked Ryan today, why did you not concede chances like previous games? I kind of got into this because yeah.
No, I will say something. I will say, like, I do think it was control and it was us and all of that. But generally speaking, these lot are a fortress somewhat at home, but they generally don't score goals, and they haven't done. Do you know what I mean?
12 goals all season. They've scored 12 all season.
Literally, they're not a goal scoring team. So, like, I was prepared.
They do create chances, though. To be fair to them, when I've seen them play, they just don't really take them. But today they didn't even create chances.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, that just shows, like, you know, where before, like a couple games ago, we were like, oh, our midfield is a bit, it's easy to get at. We were shutting down. Do you know what I mean? We were controlling, and like Neves. I know they didn't have Matinho. They brought Matinho on late, but like, they've got adequate midfielders. Do you know what I mean?
Donker and Neves.
Yeah. So
no, they got a good team. They got a good team.
It was good. It was good to see, man. Positive.
What do you think of Henderson? Today?
I thought he was poor today.
I thought he was nah. I didn't think he was poor. I just didn't think he was great. I thought defensively there was a few things that he was doing that I was like, that's Hendo, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, defensively he was okay. Yeah, defensively we were fine all over the pitch today.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't think he was up to his. But this is where Hendo. Who else? Hendo would definitely go down as one of the people that I saw looking a bit leggy. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's why I said, if you notice, I was like, if Keita's ready and he's rested him for this game, it would be nice to maybe.
I need to see that midfield free. Thiago and
Thiago. That's what. Because let's be honest, I think that midfield and the switch of Keita and Hendo is the midfield.
Even the switch of James Milner in there, because Milner's more like kind of a Hendo guy, I think.
But I think Milner's like seasoning where you just sprinkle it. He's 36, my guy. I don't want
to. No, I'm talking just for like rotation at times.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Not a bad option to bring in.
But I think that midfield is what Klopp wants, and I think I want to see it. Do you know what I mean? We haven't even had a chance to really see it in action, so I need to see Keita, Hendo, and that will get Keita, Thiago, and Fab. That will give Hendo some rest.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? And let's be honest, Keita was in a nice vein of form before he got injured as well. So
he was.
That's the problem, though. That's the problem with Keita, though. He has that little bit of form, and then injuries.
It would be good if he didn't, because then you could just be like, shit, but you could never say that because of the form that he shows when he's playing. You're like, oh, it's so annoying because you was actually quite decent, and then you just. I know.
But yeah, just going back to this question as well. I think, like I said before, and I said it on other streams as well, is that I think what it's shown, because I think we've only conceded 1 goal in our last 3 league games. I think is it? No, 4 league games. Sorry, 1 goal in our last 4 league games. Because there was Arsenal, Southampton, Everton, and Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves.
Yeah, so that's 1 goal conceded. I think it's just, like I said, I think Thiago's a big factor in it. And I think what it's shown is that the back 4 wasn't the issue. It was the midfield, because obviously the back 4 stayed the same. Still Trent, Van Dijk, Matip, and Robertson. But the midfield's obviously changed heavily, back from when it was at Oxley, Chamberlain, Curtis Jones, Fabinho, etc.
We were getting bypassed too easily.
Exactly, we were getting bypassed, but I also think we weren't retaining the ball well enough as well. Now you've seen with Thiago coming in how well we've retained the ball in recent games, and like we say before, if you retain the ball, you control the game more. The opposition can't score, and the defense gets less exposed as well. So I think that's just a big thing. We're controlling games so much better.
The more Thiago plays as well, right? I can feel, and this is why I need a steady midfield. I need a prolonged number of games, because the more he plays, the more I can see his integration within the team. It's like if we had a 5-a-side football team, me, you, Cams, flawless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm bringing on Luis Suarez. In the first 3 or 4 games, we're all gonna just be standing there watching him. Pretty much what I felt we were doing in a lot of the games. Our movement was just like, oh, give it to Thiago and see what he can. Whoa, them ones there.
Yeah.
And then the more he's starting to play, the more we're like, do you know what I mean? We're starting
understanding him, understanding the forwards, understanding the runs they need to make.
And he's able to be himself now. And it's like, oh no, I know this guy. I get it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not just in awe kind of thing. And it's nice to see. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like that integration is just it's like, because we were a bit like, it was at times he was just boom, just spraying. We were like, yo, and the movement was. I was like, come on, guys, give him something. Now our movement was nice. You know what I'm saying? It's just our final third, cohesion. Like I said, that final ball wasn't really there.
But then obviously the final ball, let's be honest, for the vast majority of this season has been there. You just have to look at the goal scoring record that we have. I just put that down to a one-off game today in terms of the final ball and just the finishing not being up to scratch.
What was your because before the match I predicted 2-0. What did you lot predict?
I predicted 2 or 3-0.
I didn't really make a prediction, but I just knew there wasn't going to be a lot of goals in it.
I think I was going to say, because I say that to say, I think generally the consensus was there wasn't going to be we weren't going to carry on this, you know what I mean? This thralling, I don't think there was going to be a lot of goals in it. Generally, I think I'm probably safe in saying that, do you know what I mean? And And I think we all knew that, like, as good as it's been and as good as we've been in front of goal, not every day it's gonna click, innit? You know, them ones there. Like,
Of course,
sometimes
you're gonna
you are
have
gonna
games
have
like
to.
that. Every
You're
team
gonna
has
have
games
to
like that.
show character and that. So it was nice to
Well,
just
I
come
mean,
out.
Manchester City are top of the league, 1 point ahead of us. They've had games like that where they couldn't score. They had the Palace game at home. I think they had the Southampton game at home.
Yeah,
So they've had
0-0 with
games. Tottenham
Southampton.
away.
The Palace game they lost, no?
They lost,
they
but
lost
they didn't
2-0.
score as well. They didn't score. You know, they've had games like that, and this actually is arguably, in terms of getting our attacking game going, is only one of maybe only 2 games maybe in the league, 2 or 3 games in the league where we haven't really got going in attack. I can think of the Chelsea game at home where obviously against 10 men we only scored a penalty. It's like, ugh. Maybe the West Ham game, maybe, but like, yeah, I mean, I'd just put this down
Well,
to
I mean,
one
we
of
still
those.
scored. We still scored.
I think
Exactly,
we
we
played
still
well in the
scored
West Ham
2.
game. I think West Ham just they played the perfect game plan against us.
No, I
Perfect.
agree. I think the only game this season in the league where we didn't really create chances was Chelsea.
Yeah.
West Ham have beat City. Us.
Chelsea. No, they ain't beaten City. They beaten Chelsea
they have.
or Tottenham.
They're beating City
in the cup.
City
Man
in the
United.
League Cup in penalties, yeah.
Yeah, they're
And
beating City,
United.
Man United, Chelsea,
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Tottenham,
Mad,
I think.
innit?
Hey, bro, they
Mad
are
one.
Oh, they're cooking, man. They're
They
They
are
cooking.
are
cooking, bro.
actual crud, bro.
They are cooking, my
Slap-
guy.
Oh, did you see Antonio today bullying their defense? Bullying.
Christensen in a spliff, bro. Lewis.
Yo,
I'm looking forward to Shameless FC tomorrow.
you
If
see
you are
Van
there,
Dijk
bro,
against.
if
You
are
saw Van
getting
Dijk against Antonio. He did not get a sniff against Van Dijk, and then you saw him against Christensen in the Chelsea lot today. That's why Van Dijk's clear. Like,
Bro, it was never even a conversation, Van Dijk, Christensen. That's just Lewis.
It
with the
depends who you're
change
having a
stuff, bro.
conversation with. Because if you're having a conversation with them man and that, I'll rat with you and be telling you all sorts. Like Christensen is like the Danish Van Dijk, and that's crazy.
yo, Christensen's good though. That's the thing. But there's levels
good
in it.
player.
There's levels.
He is
player.
quite good. But nah, listen, how West Ham threw both City and United out of the cup, bro, and they're just slapping back, bro. Ratings, bro. Do you know what it is? Yeah, this West Ham team is Moyes' Everton team. Do you know what I mean?
Facts.
And he's got his Lukaku.
His Fellaini,
his who's the Australian? Cahill.
Cahill.
Do you know what I mean? He's got Pennant, you know, on the right.
Leighton Baines. Yeah.
Bruv, he's got that team, and I rate it, bruv. I rate it, and they're doing bits, man. So,
that Masuaku goal, like crazy.
What's going on there?
I don't know
what
is
going
cross,
on there.
Man. That was a cross.
Was
it a cross?
Yeah,
he didn't mean that. He didn't mean that.
That was not a shot.
Because you know when you see Mendy, yeah, and then when you see where it goes in, it kind of makes you think.
Nah, I think it was a cross, man. I can't lie. I don't think it was a shot. You know what I loved about? I loved the celebration he did. There was no, he just stood there in it, just like.
He just
like,
so casual.
I respect
that
man. So much.
It was like Naby's. Do you remember when Naby slapped that? It's like, come on, you lot, man.
Yeah.
All against Palace, yeah.
Like,
even the one against Atletico Madrid, he was just.
Yeah, like it's different, man. It's different stuff. I mean, this is an interesting comment actually. H7 says, "I think you guys could score 150 goals this season in all competitions."
In all comps.
I think right now we're on about 64, 65. I think
we're Salah scoring like 100 of them. Yeah.
So obviously we'll definitely get well over 100. I don't know if 150 might be a bit too far.
Yeah, I was
in the league,
I think it would be
I think we can get 100 in the league. I think
to get 150, we'd have to go very far in all 4 competitions.
Yeah, definitely.
And obviously, I've been saying quadruple settings, but like, it's not a given that we're going to go far enough with the squad we have in all 4 competitions.
Double settings, bro.
Yo, I want to win a cup. I want to win a domestic cup.
How many goals do you think we'll get around this season in all competitions?
Bro. Double trouble. Trust me now.
Say that again, Ryan.
How many goals do you think we'll get in all competitions this season? A rough amount, 120 odd, 130 odd, maybe something like that.
I think 110 to 120 is the sweet spot.
I think in the league we get over 100.
Yeah, because we're on course to match that what we got in 13-14, are we?
Yeah, we're well on course to break 13-14 record. So I think we'll probably end up with like maybe 110, maybe a little bit above in the league, maybe.
If we win
Maybe
every
around that.
game 1-0, I'll be laughing, man. I'll be.
Bro, I would trust me. I wouldn't care. Every game 1-0.
Oh yeah, yeah. We never just get the points.
To be honest with you, I'd rather not though, because the heart palpitation that comes with a 1-0 win.
Every game was like this till the end of the season. Nah.
I know, but
Nah,
if Jordan Henderson's lifting the trophy at the end of the year, I don't think we'd be complaining.
I'd actually die. We'd lose half of our family.
Nah, we would. Yo, I wouldn't have any hair left by the time Henderson's lifting that trophy. My hair be gone.
Man. But we got super chat in, and it's from our guy Timo in it. Big up my bro in it. He says shush.
Oh,
Tell me what
man got on the train at 7 in the morning to go and watch that. You know,
bro. I know you had a bit of a bad day with your back five merchants getting put in a spliff by Moise, but bro, I'm here for you in it. I'm here for you, my tag team.
Only the best lose 3-2 to West Ham. Only the best.
Yeah, they beat you by exactly the same score as well. Peak, bro. Like,
exactly. These Chelsea fans slandering us when we lost to West Ham. Where are you now, Chelsea fans?
Yeah? Remember when the media was giving it they're the best defensive team. Oh my God, they're so you can break down the defensive unit. But we got the same clean sheets. You're getting
got more clean sheets than them.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You've got one more clean sheet. We've got the most clean sheets in the league this season because
see what I'm saying, that bro. Come on, bro. Come on, and we're still entertaining. Most clean sheets, and we're still the most entertaining. Come on, brother.
Bro, you just Burnley with the European Cup, innit? Like, cool.
Nah, everyone's favourite Man City now to win it.
We know what we are. Them ones.
Yeah, but a big up Nippon who says big up to you.
Well,
yeah, also Ali says quick comment. He says, guys, Rafinha is our number one attacking target in my opinion. I think he'd be a very good signing. Will he cost too much though? I think he probably will.
I think so from Leeds. He probably will, to be fair. I don't see why.
I think 60-70 they'll slap on him.
Can I quickly just touch upon a comment that Cams said earlier? And I wanted to just make sure that I gave my Don the ratings he deserves, yeah? Big up man like Klopp for the actual in-game management of this game, the substitution, having the balls to bring off listen, yeah. Certain man that are learning, do you know what I mean? Like Arteta and that. This is what you do, innit? You feel no way to bring.
Remember when people say Klopp's not got a plan B and he ain't got tactics and all that, like.
Well, no, but this is. Do you know what it is? I want to make sure I actually take the time to do that because I have been one of them. I haven't said that, but I have been very vocal.
He's maybe been a bit stubborn at times and stuff.
Yeah, like a bit stubborn, and sometimes you're waiting for too long to the changes in which he made at the time. You gave Origi time to actually stretch his legs and get into the game, and you did well, man. So yeah, I just wanted to
fair play to Klopp got his subs spot on, and he brought Ox on as well. Yeah, Klopp got his even
though I thought Ox was a bit. What did Ox do? I
think he came pretty late. To be fair, I think he
did come on.
Apparently, he said to Origi before he came on, go out there and be Divock.
Yeah, bro.
I seen United fans retweeting and putting, but when Ollie does this, he gets dragged for it. I'm just like, bro, shut up, man.
Yeah,
shut up.
United fans will do anything to.
Bro, there were United fans tweeting saying, I'll take a draw. I'll take a Wolves draw against Liverpool. I said, what do you mean you'll take it? We're not on your level. Like, you'll take what? What are you talking about?
You know what it is? I think Klopp, he got that absolutely spot on, changing the shape as well, to 4-2-3-1. He's done it before, but he hadn't really done it a lot, to be fair. I remember in 1920 in particular, and towards the end of 1819, he would change a lot to 4-2-3-1 in game if we needed a goal. So I was glad to see he did that again today, and it obviously worked as well. Origi did the business, so you got a big Klopp. You got a big up Klopp there, because I don't think he probably gets enough credit for maybe his actual tactics at times as well, in terms of, and maybe he kind of is at fault for that in terms of sometimes his in-game management in terms of making subs can be a bit too late at times.
Make them a bit late, and then they'll like, you know what I mean? You're just like, bro, like I know you're a better manager than I am a fan, kind of thing. So I know, and I could see the game going a certain way. You should have been able to see that, and like you're right, like he's been guilty of that. So now he got this one spot on, man.
It's like, for example, in the West Ham game, I thought he should have brought Thiago on a lot earlier in that second half. But obviously, when he brought him on, I think they just gone 2-1 up. It's too late. Damage has already been done. Like,
So we were just getting bypassed that
Yeah.
midfield. There was no control. It was screaming, and it's like, why are we? You can see this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I do. Hey, Nipan, stay calm, big man. I mean,
I'll get to that comment. Yeah.
you're not gonna die on the hill because I'm with you. I'm with you, but just stay calm, innit? Just stay calm.
Calma.
C1 London says, bro, Ryan, you man, we're defending like Premier Khalifa early in the season. You still conceded more than us, bro. I don't even know how many goals you conceded. I don't think
we've conceded 3 more than them.
We've kept more clean sheets now in the league, and we're above you in the league. So just mind the gap in it.
Do you know when we were conceding a lot, but we didn't have Fabinho?
And scored like double the amount of goals you scored. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, Chelsea fans still chatting, innit?
There's still certain man trying to say Lukaku over flipping Salah. Like, relax, brother.
Lukaku's a bum, man. I've said it for time, innit? Like, ain't even Lukaku, man. He's. I've always said. Me and Flawless were saying it in the summer, man. Lukaku is so overrated in terms of he's a very good goal scorer, but bro, it's like if he's not scoring, he's not contributing at all. And they're a worse team with him in the team. They're a worse team with him in the team by a mile. And they always.
And I don't understand that as well because he does. There's a few things that he can do that others can't. I get it with Aubameyang because if he's not scoring, if he's not doing
Lukaku, you mean?
Whereas Lukaku can hold the ball up and Lukaku can link play. Up. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Technically, he's very poor. He's very poor technically.
Yeah, he is.
But that's why you need to work to his strengths. That's why you build the team around Lukaku. You look at that Belgium team; it's kind of built around him and getting service to him. That's where you get the best out of Lukaku.
100, bro. But like with him, it's just I don't know if you can win the Premier League, the Champions League with him as your number 9 regularly. I just don't know, innit? Because he don't perform in big games either. And we've seen that I think Lukaku's got a lot of deficiencies about him. And I don't think he'll be able to get Chelsea a title still. That's just my opinion, innit? I think he's overrated, I can't lie. But this is a question, actually, good question. Would Mbappe do better than Mane if he was at Liverpool? I'll go to you first on this same.
Would he do better than Mane if he was at Liverpool? That's quite a broad statement. Better at what? And and I'm not being
goal scoring.
I think he'd get more output.
Would he get more goals? Yes, yeah. I think he'd get more goals because I do think that Mbappe is his decision making is better than Mane's. Do you know what I mean? And he's a better, more clinical finisher than Mane. But there's a lot of, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of other things that Mane brings to that left wing other than goal scoring. Yeah. Let's be serious. Like let's not. And would Mbappe be able to do that?
Would he track back? Would he put in the grit? Like,
you know what I mean? Like the relationship that Mane's got with Robertson is not something that you should just be like, yeah. But do you know what I mean? It's like,
I hear that. Yeah.
It's really good. And Mbappe is 21, 22, 21. Like he's young, bro.
Yeah, he's
mad young. Yeah. And so and he's kind of like quote unquote bit lazy. Do you know what I mean? Already feels like I'm a great. I shouldn't have to do certain things. Like Liverpool ain't really the team for that. Do you know what I mean? Like what we need you to do and the press and the gut. Can you imagine Mbappe doing a flipping Gengen press?
Yeah.
No, but
you'd have to build a team around Mbappe.
Yeah,
you know what? I don't feel it's a different. Yeah, it's a loaded question. Like if we're gonna build a team, like Cam says, around Mbappe, cool. Then yeah, like I think he's kind of the player you can do that for, or whatever. But if just to come in and slot him in right now and just expect him to do better than Mane, like I don't know if that's gonna be. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I hear that, man. I hear that. Yeah, I'll go to Nippon says Chelsea win the league, willing to die on this hill, bro. Honestly,
you know what? Yeah, quickly see that goal against Kepa. Mane goal against Kepa.
Yeah,
the header. Which one? The header.
No.
The one when Kepa gave it him.
He ran him down.
Yeah.
Ran him down.
I know what you mean.
Mbappe ain't doing that.
Nah, Mbappe's the pretty. He'll score the pretty goals.
Mbappe ain't doing that. Do you see what I'm saying?
He's not scoring the scruffy goals.
Bro,
like
Mbappe's just the one merchant when you think about it.
So it's yeah. Sorry, bro. Go on. Are we winning
Mbappe
the league?
just a one-on-one merchant, if I'm being honest. I rate Mbappe, but I don't think he's like I think he's a bit overrated. I can't lie.
I don't know. He's done too much in the game for me to call him overrated. But
I was
I
just
see
about
what
to
you're
say
saying.
the same, Cam. I hear where you're, but the thing is, it's weird because, like, and you know, and Cam, you probably can back me up in this. Like, Ryan says some outlandish shit.
Yeah, he does. He knows. I think he knows he does as well. He knows
Yeah,
he does.
he does. But it's weird because this outlandish statement, I kind of get where he's coming from, even though I can't back it. Do you know what I mean? But I'm like, I do know what you mean a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's done too much, and he's got a World Cup, bro. So man can't, them one's there.
It's just
But
over
Yeah, I heard
sensationalized
that,
when
I heard
Ryan
that.
says it a bit. But I know
yeah,
what you mean.
yeah, exactly
I know
that.
what
But
you
I kind of know there's
Yeah.
other things that he said. I've been like, bro, you're just chatting. You're just saying that just to get a rise. Whereas this one, I kind of see where he's coming from. But yeah, that's why I had to stick up for Mane, even though I do think that, like, I've been out. People know, they know, bro. I've been out there and been like, Mane's not the same. But it's the shiny toy, the new toy, the new. Do you know what I mean? I think he comes in and
I
probably
prefer
score.
Haaland. I'm not gonna lie. I prefer
Yeah,
Haaland.
exactly.
Haaland and
Exactly,
Mbappe, yeah,
exactly. And you know that it's going to be one of the other because, like, you're 21 years old and you're already making demands. Like, Mbappe's like, bro, I'm not playing centre forward. Like, I want to play on. It's like, do you need that? Do you know what them ones there? Like,
Yeah, I
He's a
hear that, I hear
superstar. He's a superstar. I think Haaland can still that. He's not. He's a superstar, but he's not at a superstar level where he'll make a fuss with Klopp. Like, he'll listen to Klopp
Yeah,
because he knows Klopp will take him to another level.
Exactly.
yeah, he will. But in terms of Chelsea winning the league, you know what it is? I just think their attack. I mean, defense. They conceded 3 today. Let's be honest. I think that's probably a one-off conceding
That's an
3.
off day for Chelsea.
They've
It's an
been
off
so
day.
solid defensively. I wouldn't read into them conceding 3 today too heavily. But I just think their attack is poor, man.
I've seen too many reactionary takes on Chelsea today. Like,
No, but I think their attack is poor. When you're relying on your defenders all the time to score you the goals, there's something wrong there.
the thing is, if you score 2 goals away from home, you should
But bro,
kind of
when
win
you
the
deep
game
it
against
though,
West Ham.
when you deep it, the first goal was another corner for scored by a defender. The second goal, okay, was a very good goal by Mason Mount. But did they really do that much in the second half and stuff like today? They just don't have
No,
enough
because
in
West
attack for
West
me.
Ham were bare. That's why.
I know they do, but
Like, we're
we've seen
talking
this
too much
from
about
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Like, West Ham are a good side.
No,
Like,
they are. They're very. I'm not denying they're a very good side.
They're set up
But I
really
just
well.
think Chelsea's quality of attackers for me, I don't think it's good enough to win a league title this season over a City and a Liverpool.
I don't think it matters though. Like, because
No, I
if
think it
they
does.
go back to not conceding goals and they're just winning games or grinding them out 1-0, like 2-0, like,
You
I
know
don't
what it
think
is?
matters.
Do you know what it is, right? If I'm honest with you, it's a bit of both. I hear both of where you're coming from, and I'm hearing what Ryan's saying. I'm like, I agree with that. And then I'm hearing what Cam's saying. I'm like, I agree with that. I think it's going to boil down to, I don't think they're going to take enough points off of the top 6. And that,
Yeah.
for us 3, in terms of us, City and them, is going to be the deciding factor.
Yeah.
Like, you already know it's going to be tighter than a flipping Virgin's, do you know what I mean? Pum pum, like, at the top. So it's going to boil down on who takes points off of who. And I don't think that. And I think it's a bit of, like you said, and that boils down to what both of you are saying. I think because of their ineffective front line against us, we will score more than, do you know what I mean? And I don't think
we'll outscore them, yeah.
And I do think like they're kind of flat track bullies. Other than that, I think they'll do all right. Do you see what I'm
But
saying?
are they flat track bullies when you think about it? Because they have dropped points against the
Exactly,
likes
like
of
7.
Burnley by not taking their chances. Against Manchester, a very poor Manchester United team last week, whilst not taking...
Did they not slap 7 against Norwich or something?
Yeah, they did.
You can have
They
those
did.
games, innit? You can have those games. I just feel
They're
that this
flat
team...
track bullies, bruv. Like, generally speaking, they do beat generally. I mean, and the thing is, like, we can't say nothing about dropping points against West. They've only lost 2 games, bro, just like us.
Yeah.
Do you know the ones there? Like, they've only lost.
We've
2
lost
games.
1 game. We've lost 1.
We've lost 1. City have
Oh,
lost
actually,
3.
yeah. So you're right. They've only lost 2 games. We've lost 1, and one of the 2 that they've lost is exactly the same opponents and the same score that we lost by. Do you know what I mean? So it's like they are. You can. I think that's what they are, bro. I think they're generally speaking. I expect them because of their defense to do the 1-0s, the 2-0s, and, like, do you know what I mean, beat the lower teams, because that's it. I just don't know if they have it. I think us and City, more City, are the 2 that are most likely to put together an 18, 19 game unbeaten run.
I agree.
Facts.
I hear that. I just think, like I said, with Chelsea, I think they're just I think they're a very good cup team. I think they got a serious chance of Champions League again, of retaining that. They're a very good cup team where in one-off games you can tactically get a 1-0 or 2-0 win and go through. Whereas with the Prem, I just feel that they'll probably drop I'd say silly points in games where they don't take their chances. Their forward line isn't effective enough, and they might get a 1-1 or a 0-0 or something like that. And I think they'll have results like that, and I think they'll just drop points gradually over the season. I don't think they'll do enough to win the title. I can't lie, but that's just my opinion. I might be wrong in it. But Nippon also asked as well, question: do you think Chelsea will now go without a title longer than Liverpool? Do you mean a 30-year wait? Because you no chance.
You think Chelsea football? You think Roman's going 30
Chelsea
years without a title?
Going 30 years without a title? No chance.
Nah.
I hate Chelsea, but even you'll probably win. You'll definitely win a title in the next, at least one title in the next
3 years.
3 years. Yeah.
Chelsea know how to win. That's one thing they do.
Look at their team as well. In the next 3 years, within the 3 years, they mature so very nicely.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The likes of like Mason Mount and Callum Hudson-Odoi and all it, they mature lovely. Like, do you know what I mean? So like the next 3 years for them is going to be very fruitful.
You're not going. Yeah, I mean, I think the last time they won a title was 2017 under Conte, so I think it's been about 4 or 5 years. If they don't win it this year, they've got a great chance of doing it next year because I think they'll do some strengthening over the summer, get a couple of good attackers in. If they don't do it next year, they'll probably do it the year after. Now, Chelsea will be fine, man. You're not going to have to wait too long for another.
The thing with Chelsea is, I think a lot of Chelsea fans will tell you this, but they haven't been like consistent title challengers. They haven't been consistent. Like they'll win it 1 year,
they'll have
then
like
they'll finish
1 year
10th
when they win it, and they'll drop off. Then they'll win it maybe another couple of years later.
Yes, like they'll win it and then finish outside the top 4 this season after. Like it's strange with Chelsea. It's strange.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Ali A saying, Ryan, we're winning the quadruple this season. See, Bran, my energy's filtering to other people, innit? Yeah, man.
Nah, listen to that, man. Double, yeah, but quadruple. I don't know about
that. This is a bit of a question off topic, but a question for you, Sain. I think I'll probably answer it for all of us as well. Were you depressed under Hicks and Gillette?
I was very young. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what depression was.
I think I was 10. But I remember it.
I was very depressed, bro. I'm older than both of you, man, and I was very depressed. I've got because like now that I'm older and I've got a little girl and that, like I'm into like my shirts and looking back at like, oh yeah, like 95 and 96. There's a couple shirts that I don't have during that era because I was just like, fuck 'em. Do you know what I mean? And I'm always like, how come I don't have? Oh yeah, like it hurts, man. Like yeah, we was just look at. There's a couple memes in it. Whoever like Noah. Saint LFC TV and Instagram, I put a couple memes. I call everyone, but like there's a couple memes I put on like of this like I-11 at that time, bro. It will bring tears to your eyes. Like you've got an onion near you, bruv. I'm telling you, it was peak, bruv. So yeah, like no. Konchesky and them man there. And
it was bad under
Jay Spearing.
Oh, bruv, it was, bro.
Well, they almost sent us into administration, bro.
You don't even want to know, bruv. Like, and this is the thing as well. What makes it worse, Noah, is man's from Northwest London, bro. So at that time, I was just having Arsenal, man, just cornering me.
Bear in mind, Arsenal were actually a club to take seriously at that time as well.
Say again?
Bear in mind, Arsenal were actually a club to take seriously.
That's what I'm saying. At that time, do you know what I'm saying? I'm coming, so I mean, corning, man. Like I'm just seeing Man United, and I'm just looking around. Like it was just like if we don't lose for the last 4 years, if we haven't won the league, we've been there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Imagine like so people like my daughter. That's all they know. Is us like if we don't have to win the league, but we're thereabouts.
We're competing.
Well, we had like a decade where we was just there, like West Ham or not even West Ham now because they're doing bits. Do you know what I mean? Like
it's all the 8th places, 7th places.
Just chilling. Like no,
like what Wolves
bro,
we're
like
a
I would
Wolves.
celebrate a Man United like draw or like a Man United win, like I had won the Champions League, and then these lot would go and win the flipping league.
Yeah.
It was
No, it
like,
was-
Like, when we
genuinely
beat them
that, it was
4-1
that.
in 08-09, they went and won the league like a few weeks
we
later.
did a double over them in 08 or 9 and they still won the league.
bro,
Like,
it was
that
peak
kind of-
times. It's peak times. So yeah,
But it
Gillette-
got bad
Gillette-
very bad under Hicks and Gillette, where it got toxic in terms of we were that close to going in administration.
And you know what it was as well? Gillette and Hicks were like the first like Kroenke and them man there, yeah. Kroenke and FSG, they know the worth of the club. Do you know what I mean? They know, they know the heritage. Hicks and
I
Gillette,
hear it.
it seemed like they didn't either know or just did not give a fuck. It just was like, yo, like oh my god, man, this soccer team, like, yeah, man, like it just,
You know what it
seemed
is?
like it was just crazy. Like,
You make a very good point, because when I hear Arsenal fans complain about Kroenke and I hear United fans complain about the Glazers, and to an extent when I hear us complain about FSG, I'm like, I hear all the complaints about them. They're not great owners, you know. Then I understand like why fans are angry with them, but let me tell you, they're a million times better than what these two were.
oh, bro.
These two were horrendous, bro.
Especially Gillette. If I'm wrong, I might have got one of them. One was worse than the other. One was like actually like I said, in terms of knowing
They
the heritage,
didn't like each other.
They
didn't like each other, both of
yeah,
them.
well, there you go, exactly.
Yeah.
But one was kind of like, listen, like this lot kind of, I think this lot is kind of steeped in heritage. The other was like, I don't give a shit. Like, let's just call them like Mighty Reds. Like, you know, like just did not care. Like, just did not give a shit. And it was like, oh my god, yeah, it
was bad. It was very bad. Yeah, it was a bad time still.
I might have to find out.
FSG credit at the end of the day. We slander FSG. They got us out of some shit at that time.
No. And then, like I said, whatever you want to say about FSG, and I have a lot to say about FSG a lot of the time as well, to be very honest with you. But FSG know our heritage. They know what this club means to. Like, they know what the. Do you know what I'm saying? They ain't just on some absolute joke thing. Like, they know, like, nah, this is. Do you know what I mean? This is something that's like, it's we are, you know, the biggest club in England. Like, do you know what I'm saying? They know that. Like, it's not some joke thing. Like, so
yeah.
I hear that, man. I hear that completely. Yeah, we were talking about how long Chelsea will have to wait for a title, but this is facts. Arsenal will go 30 plus years without a title, 100%. They ain't winning.
I don't see them. I don't realistically see them challenging for a title. Within
the next 10 years.
Decade. Yeah, easy, because a lot of their players as well are so like within the next 5 years for them to get up to speed, and then from that 5 years up to see like, and also I don't see Arteta being the manager to get them, whatever you think about him, I don't think he's definitely not gonna get them to challenge for a title. So they've got to go through him and then another manager.
You know what it is with Arsenal though?
That's 10 years at least.
They have so much catching up to do to the bigger teams, the better teams. They have so much catching up to do, but also there's just much more competition where Arsenal would have to finish above all of them to win a title. You look at a Man City, you are going to be staying there continuously. Chelsea are going to be up there continuously. Maybe us, if we get our stuff right in terms of when Klopp leaves, let's see what new manager we get, etc. But we'll still be in a better position than Arsenal.
Do you know the thing we have, and it's the same with United. No matter how shit we are, we will always have that pull as the biggest clubs in England. Arsenal, they don't have that kind of pull
anymore, in my opinion.
Can I ask something as well? Yeah, who's won the most trophies? Like, full stop, not Premier Leagues. I'm
Liverpool.
What? Who? Liverpool. Yeah. So if I say we're the biggest club in England, yeah, like pyramid, what talk to man, innit? Like,
you need to remember football started in 1992. You need to remember, innit?
That's why I'm like, I'm an old guy, you know. Like, so when I say that, and I never like, that's why it wasn't sneaky or nothing. Man was saying like, yo, big man.
I said it with chest, man. I said it with chest.
Yeah, like, if you want to talk about Premier Leagues, cool, innit? But I never said Premier Leagues, bro. Like, so that's why man tried to draw man out. Like, come on.
But then, even on top of a Liverpool, a Manchester United, who are not perfectly run, but will be in much better positions than Arsenal to be able to succeed. I'll say that. Then you've even got Newcastle with their owners who will give it a few years. They'll probably be up there competing, maybe. So there's just so much competition that Arsenal will have to get over.
Can I say something? Yeah. Has any of you seen the Invincible documentary?
Nah, I need to watch that still.
Saw that the other day, and I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I don't feel sorry for them, but empathy, I think, is the word, isn't it?
Yeah.
I empathize because when you deep it, Wenger was, what was the word? He was like, he saw the future, and they were one of the first. That Emirates Stadium, it killed them. Like it is what literally put them in the coffin, but it needed to be done. And it's just because of the structure that they had. They didn't have an Abramovich or do you know what I mean, or whatever. And also, like, Stamford Bridge weren't like Stamford Bridge was decent. It's decent. Do you know what I mean? It's not like
it's a shithole,
Highbury. Yeah, it's a shithole, but it wasn't like Highbury, bro. Like Highbury was like what 60,000 or something. It was tiny. So like it needed
Highbury was about 30,000, I think.
Bro, there you go.
It's
minor.
Highbury was tiny.
Tiny, and so like it's killed them, and it's funny having watched that documentary. I'm like, bro, that's actually what has, bro. They are fucked.
Honestly, I feel it's bad judge to knock down your stadium. It's bad judge, trust me.
But in terms of this question, obviously, it's kind of talking about this. Do you see Arsenal's league drought overtaking Liverpool's 100%? I think Arsenal's going to
as I said, they're on 17. Is it 17?
I think it's 18 now.
2004, so it's 17. But 17. It will be 18. It will be 18.
Yeah, they're not winning it anytime soon, innit?
So let's say 18, say decade. So
that's about 28.
Bro.
But you know what it is? Even
and
when
it comes fast as well. It comes rapid. It does. Man United. It comes so fast.
It comes quicker than what you think. But you know what it is with waiting so long for a league title? Is that even if you get a team that is good enough to compete, the amount of pressure there is that will be put on that team during the season to end that title drought, you'll get that pressure from anywhere. That probably adds another 2 or 3 years onto that at least.
Do you know what it is as well?
The pressure to win it would have been huge.
The type of club we are, right? The heritage that we are and what it meant to us, right? We needed the Premier League. Like it was up there, something that we needed. So we never really got distracted. Even we won the Champions League and we never really got distracted. We're like, we need the Premier League. Thing with Arsenal and their fans is they're like kids. Do you know what I mean? And you shine a shiny FA Cup in front of them, or even like a shiny Carabao Cup, and they will for 3 years they'll forget the plan, and they'll just be like, and then they'll be like, hold on.
They'll still refer always back to that FA Cup.
Exactly, and then even with Arteta, it's like cracks, and then they'll lose 5 years out of that plan because of that, and then they'll go, what? No, actually, this is what we're supposed to do, and then
they'll win the FA Cup again, and the same thing will happen, and it's like when people say Arteta is like. Let's say Arteta gets criticism, then you'll have those Arsenal fans defending. Well, he's already won a trophy. He won the FA Cup, and it's
no one will sit there and be like, well, not no one, but when like people like Ligue 1 are like, no, fuck that, like, then they get criticised for it because, like I said, most Arsenal, like that's the fan base is all over the place. Whereas with us, we were very steadfast because it's like, we need this in it. This is what this is all very well and good, but this is what we need, and where are we going? Where's our plan? Where are we going? Arsenal ain't gonna win an FA Cup and be like, that was great. Let's go for the Premier. Nah.
Yeah, I hear that.
Like,
yeah, facts, man. Absolute facts. Arsenal are very far away, man. But before we close out the show, I wanted to talk about one player. Also, we talked about Thiago being man of the match in your guys' opinion. I personally think it was between him and Joel Matip, in my opinion. I thought Joel Matip was unbelievable today.
I think Trent's a shout as well.
I'd say Matip more than Trent.
I'd say Thiago more than Trent, to be fair.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, Thiago's definitely mine, but when I'm just narrowing it down.
Bro, I thought Matip was brilliant today, man.
Matip was, to be honest with you, you're right. No, Matip was. The way he carries that ball, bro.
Unreal, man.
That's exactly what he does, Cam. He glides, bro. Because let's be honest, his lateral movement is so like. Sometimes I'm a bit surprised. How
Bro,
did he
you know
just
what
pass you with a shake of the shoulder? Like you know, like,
You know what it is?
didn't
It's
even
funny
just-
as well because he's so gangly. It looks awkward when he's
It
doing
looks
it as
so
well at
awkward.
times.
And before you know it, 3-4 steps, he's just gone
He
past you. And
just
I'm
gone
like,
past like 3 defenders. It's
how is he making you shift your weight and then him just gliding past you like that? It's just
He had 3 out of 4 dribbles today as a centre back. That's mad.
But Nick, I was saying this to Cams earlier on. Overall, attribute for attribute, I actually think he's better than Van Dijk on the ball.
on
In
the
terms of
ball.
like,
You know what?
Dribbling, yes.
The only yeah, I was just about to say dribbling on the ball, like yes, he is, yeah. But Van Dijk's got a better
Long
range of
pass.
pass.
Yeah,
Like,
Van
better
Dijk's
ping.
got the better long pass, but
let's not sleep on that pass to Salah today.
Oh,
Bro.
yeah,
Yes. Do you see the touchdown? Do you see the touch to bring it down? Oh,
touch
like,
was so-
that's why we won that
He-
game. The touch.
he just killed like 15 yards just with the touch.
Yeah, we're just with
Done.
that touch.
Done. Let's just make this a quick foot race. Like, oh,
Crazy.
man.
But Nick, I was saying it to Cams earlier on about Matip. One thing he is better at than Van Dijk at in terms of, I think he's better at breaking the lines with his passing.
It's like
Yeah,
fizzing
You know,
into areas.
like he fires it into
Yeah.
the midfield. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if I don't. Well, it depends how. I don't know if it is because I just think that Van Dijk chooses not to, and I don't know why that is. I think he has the capability to. Do you know what I mean? But I do agree with you. Matip generally does like his breaking of the lines, but then that's because sometimes Matip's marauding into a sixth position, and then do you know what I mean, spraying some ball, and you're like,
Yep.
yeah.
what are you even doing there,
Has
bro?
anyone here ever seen Matip lose out on a header?
It's rare. It's very rare.
Bro,
Rare.
he's so good in the air, it's ridiculous.
Rare.
It's actually
We were
ridiculous.
Man said,
dominant
yeah,
today.
shout out Ali. Man said like a gazelle. He is like a gazelle.
Like,
I say he's
Yeah,
like
he's
Bambi.
sick.
He's like Bambi. That's what he's like.
Yeah, he is, bro. He is. I just
He's
don't
so
understand,
sick.
honestly, how good because, like I said, his lateral movement, him and Fabinho's lateral movement sometimes is just so like it's crazy. Like honestly,
Facts.
but they are so good, bro. I just don't
Yeah.
understand how they're so agile.
Bro, he ain't
They are
even got
so
injured
good.
so far this season.
Touch wood, bro. Touch
Yeah,
wood right
touch
now.
wood.
Yeah.
Right
true.
now, bro. Right now, I don't know what you're playing at right now. You see,
No,
I
I'm
know
just-
you're a young you. You're a young you, just reckless, just safe. Right.
Well, I'm just saying, innit?
Don't put things into the universe.
Come on,
Don't do
man.
that.
Hopefully he stays fit in it because he's been fantastic this season. He's a
Nah,
great
he has,
player.
man. He
Man.
really has, man. He has.
If we
Matip,
keep
Matip.
everyone fit,
Matip
we
is
win the
good.
Premier League. That's
I agree.
That's what it comes
Bro,
down to.
if
I
we
agree.
keep everyone fit, yeah. Listen, yeah. Our first 11, first
He's the best in the
25
league.
minutes of a game will beat any
Yeah.
team in the world, bro. I swear to God, like
I hear that,
we'll give any team in the world a game, bro. Like our first 11, you can't sustain sometimes the first 20 minutes of our first 11 when we're on it and we want to play ball. It's
bro.
scary. It's scary.
Even when we
scary.
played Man City, like when Salah first came in, you saw Ryan, you said it as well in the Champions League in the first half, we just killed
In that
them.
first half an hour, yeah, we
killed the
just
tie.
destroyed
Just
them.
absolutely killed the tie.
And that was a great Man City team that season as well. Great.
One
Man
half
City
at
team.
Anfield can just absolutely destroy the
City's
game.
Champions
Yeah,
League season, yeah.
literally,
did.
can kill you.
It took for some any meaty KDB strike and Matip own goal, bruv. Otherwise, we're walking out of there this season with all
With
the
a win.
points, bruv. Like we're doing.
Let's
bruv,
be honest, City did play better than us that day.
The first half, yeah, but the
Second half,
half,
I'd say it was more even.
second half,
Maybe
we
we
were all
edged
over
it
them,
second
bro.
half. But
And
first
even
half,
to be
we
very honest with
dominated
you,
us.
the only I reckon the second half of the first half. Because again, the first half of the first half, we were fucking.
Nah, I hear
fine.
that.
do you
First
not
half
remember
of the
the
first half was
Fabinho
peaceful.
chance where
Second half
Rodri
of the
blocked
first
it?
half, they
Do you not remember
battered us.
that?
The Fabinho chance at the end.
Yeah,
Oh,
Like
that hurt. We should have won
we
that.
should have won that game.
And they just had to rely on a deflected goal, man, to get a draw. Fuck's sake. Yeah, but we'll close out the show now, people. But quick question:
gonna
are
say
there
that.
any other shows on tonight? I think on the Twitch there's a couple of. Is there one NBA watch along or two cams?
I'm not sure. I don't think Flawless is there, but I think we
Oh,
are
Flawless
doing
ain't
one.
there. All right, make sure you tune
I'm
in,
not
people.
sure.
Innit?
I don't think he
That
is.
would
I
be
think
very
he's
good
busy
scenes,
tonight.
innit, if Flawless ain't there. But now, in all seriousness, I think just check the schedule on the Twitch, people. There's no more shows on the YouTube tonight. I think tomorrow we'll be back with. There'll be a Man United watch along probably at around 2:00 for Man United Crystal Palace. There'll be Flawless, Ahmed, Eddie, etc. probably. So make sure you tune into that. And I think we'll probably have the Q&A tomorrow night as well. But yeah, we'll close out the show there, guys. Nick, is there anything you want to plug, bro?
I've just put out the review.
videos coming up?
Like I said, just put out the review on my channel. I'm on like 480 subs, man. I'm nearly there. It's like 20 man.
Nearly at that 500. Go and subscribe, people.
Come on, man.
Go and
Like
press that
20
subscribe button
man,
now.
bruv. Help me out, bruv. Yeah, Saint LFC TV. Yeah, safe, bruv. And yeah, catch man on here, man. We're doing bits. Oh, and yeah, like Ryan said as well, man. Subscribe to this Big Six Bands, man.
Yeah, obviously Mons isn't here. He's busy. He'll be on the next stream, hopefully. He's just busy at the moment. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to Big Six Pants as well, along with saying LFC TV. Cams, anything else you want to say as well, bro? Anything you want to plug, socials, etc. as well?
Nah, man. Just obviously like the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Saint's channel, do all that.
Love, Cams.
Yeah, big up, man. Yeah, Saint, did you plug your socials as well? Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Saint LFC TV, nice and easy. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah,
very simple, people. Very simple. But yeah, it's been a good show, people. Great day for
shout out
Liverpool,
Ryan,
man.
the host, keeping it very
man.
Like,
Ryan
hosting,
about
this new professional writing, like I kind of like it.
Mad, no wild takes. Yo, I'm
like, he's keeping it down and that. I see him trying to draw himself back and that, like and he puts like one toe out there, I think Mbappe's overrated.
Bro, whereas if it was a Q&A or something, I'd be like, yo, Mbappe's overrated.
He hasn't gone cold turkey yet. He hasn't gone cold turkey yet.
He hasn't used a word. He hasn't even used the phrase clear yet, bruv. Like I'm liking the professional Ryan. Like I like this, bruv.
You know what I'll say? Matip is clearer Christensen. I'm just waiting for Lewis in the comments. He's probably off. I'll say it to him with Shameless tomorrow, innit? But yeah, big up everyone for tuning in. Big up everyone in the comments. Make sure you like the video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Subscribe to obviously Saint LSC TV and Big Six Pants as well. Yeah, join the membership as well if you want. Links underneath in the description. And we'll close
sign
out
up to the Twitch.
Yes.
Sorry, bro. What did you say?
Said sign up to the Twitch.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, follow on the Twitch as well, subscribe on there as well. NBA watch along tonight, as I said. I think it's the Nets versus the Bulls, I think. I might be wrong, but I think that might be going live in about an hour maybe. So make sure you tune into that, people, and big up for tuning in.